Hello everyone, my name is Rosin, and welcome back to Newtype Netplay. This is the series where I take a look at my old Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme vs. Maxi-Bustan match footage and just see how I did. You know, I'm chronicling my growth as a player of this game over the many, many months it's been out, but the footage you're seeing here is, again, take a shot from the open beta period that happened prior to the game's release. Now, I am playing here as a 3,000 cost unit, the Sinanju, the antagonist suit from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, which is a series I have some complicated feelings about, but I'm mostly positive on it. I know there's a lot of divisiveness around Unicorn in many ways, but, you know, I definitely understand why it's popular and feel like it deserves the popularity, but also, too, I have some complicated feelings about some aspects of its story compared to the older Universal Century stuff, but overall, I'm fairly... You know, I consider myself a Unicorn fan. It's a fun watch, if anything. But, you know, I used to not consider myself a Sinanju fan. It actually, the Sinanju was an acquired taste for me, mobile suit preference-wise. I know a lot of people love this thing at first sight, and I understand why. Just look at that black and gold popping over that red. It's a very, very beautiful suit to look at, and definitely a worthy suit to be piloted by a Char successor in the story. And just really nice, striking exterior aesthetics and the sharp edges to it, and it's round in all the right places and sharp and you know, very cutting in all the right places too, and just very good mecha design. But I honestly think it wasn't until Narrative came out and I started to look at the Sinanju Stein more, and I think something about just seeing it in that grayscale kind of like black and white look made me start to appreciate the design a little bit more, I guess, when you kind of cut it down to a more bare minimum like that. And then once I rewatched Unicorn and took a look at the Sinanju again, I was kind of like, oh damn, no, the suit actually is as sick as everyone says. I was just being weirdly picky for some reason. But yeah, it took me a little bit to learn to love the suit. Ironically enough, I think that it takes me a little bit of time to like the suit playing through these matches here too. The Sinanju is actually a suit that I have a lot of fun playing, but I feel like I am not smart enough to play the Sinanju in Maxi-Bustan. This suit is the definition of schmovement, goddammit. It is a very mobile suit. It has a lot of mobility options with each of its moves. Your special shooting is literally just kicking off of a meteorite that you summon into the battle, which is very silly looking and very cartoony. But I love that they have that aspect of the Sinanju's movement style, because, you know, that's such an iconic part of the original OVA series or whatever. Or film, are the Unicorn technically OVA or film, or I don't know. I think they had theatrical releases. I can't remember, but, you know, whatever. Unicorn, the miniseries. You know, the Sinanju and full-frontal, they're always kicking off of asteroids and whatnot and going in for quick melee strikes, and I'm happy that they were able to, and even just these flips and stuff that you're capable of doing, I'm really happy that they managed to include those in the Sinanju's moveset. So this is more of a close-range oriented suit, but that being said, you're still able to definitely move around a lot and get away from people if you want to. And, you know, its range game is nothing to shake a stick at. It has a pretty solid bazooka. Beam rifle is pretty good, but unfortunately the reload time is a little shorter than average, according to what I've read. The Rosen Zulu Angelo assist can be used to fuck around with enemies a fair bit and kind of force them to make moves and stuff like that, or kind of dodge out of the way, or else, you know, lest they get hit by a giant beam. And if I'm remembering this correctly, I believe that when you activate Burst, you actually get different and more powerful and wide-reaching iterations of that Angelo assist to take advantage of. Like the Rosen Zulu will just fire out more bigger, more powerful beams and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. Kind of a cool touch. I like when suits have kind of a modifier like that when they're in Burst. So yeah, you definitely want to be in closer than, you know, if you had the option and you're doing a fight in this game, you definitely want to be in closer with this suit, even though you have so many impressive mobility options. You want to get in with those mobility options and then continue to use those mobility options to get the upper hand and kind of bamboozle the opponent until you can go in for a high damage melee combo. Which, you know, I feel like I was still maybe at a point where I wasn't super comfortable, and I was trying to find ways to get in, but I wasn't comfortable enough with the game system to really take full advantage of this kit's arsenal. So I think this is definitely, again, I know I always say this in the series, but this is definitely a suit I feel like I would have, I'd be better off playing now. But like I said at the start here, this was a suit that when I played it, I was like, okay, this was fun, but I feel too stupid to be playing this thing. Like, this suit requires Newtype precision, and I am not that. I'm still but a lowly Earthborn old type. Once I've seen the light of space, and my soul is no longer bound by Earth's gravity, I will be worthy of the Sinanju. But until then, I will appreciate it from a distance. Funny enough, but yeah, like I said, the beam rifle on this thing pretty sick, but reload time is a little bit worse than usual. I think that might be true for the bazooka and assist in general too. I think you want to be a little bit more careful with this thing's ammo. Here's one of the two supers this thing has, which I don't know how much you're going to see the other super. Unfortunately, I have this nasty habit when I play suits to just pick one super and then use that for every situation. But as you can see, one of the supers that you can use will basically just let you continue rolling in to the left or right while firing off bazooka shots, and it's definitely very useful. The other one is just kind of more of a straightforward Russian melee high damage combo that is very easily cut out, but, you know, overall, still very flashy and good time. And yeah, I just really love how much flipping around this thing does. It's just great. Unfortunately, too, I believe that it's, you know, there are some trade-offs in addition to just the, you kind of need to be a little bit more mindful of your ammo count. I believe you also need to be a little bit more mindful of your health. I think this is one of the slightly more fragile 3K units. I think there's some that have less health, technically, but, you know, that's kind of, it's kind of more apparent sometimes, I feel, with melee suits, because if you fuck up at range in MBON, you can get hit by some nasty ranged attacks, but it's usually not going to be the end of the world too much. If you keep fucking up in melee range, like I did right there, and they start to get some high damage melee hits on you, that can really rock your day. Like you can see here, I didn't make too many mistakes at the start of this round already so far, and I'm already down to 384 health out of 600 something. So just gotta be a little careful and, you know, take risks, but maybe understand the consequences of your risks, like right there. That Gelgoog really was fucking me up. Char was like, get the fuck out of here, imposter. And I don't know if you're going to see it again in this video, but you may have noticed that the Sinanju has a melee combo where it will also summon a meteor behind the enemy and then ram the enemy into the meteor, which is very fun and very cool. And oh, hey, there we go. That was the other super I was talking about there. That was a very flashy way to end the game. No, but as I was saying about that boulder combo that you can do, and my phone fell, you can summon that boulder and then charge the enemy into it, but if you did it like how I did it there against that Gelgoog, and the boulder goes outside of the bounds of the map, it's not going to connect, and it's just going to look really silly. So be careful about that. The Sinanju is all about mobility and placement. You gotta be aware of your situation. You gotta be a new type to pilot this fucking thing. And I was not yet worthy of going up to the challenge. Trying to go and snipe in the 1500 cost here, but his partner's doing a good job of making sure I don't do that and overcost them. Got stunned by someone's attack there. I wasn't sure which team that was from, but yeah, I think that camper's definitely trying to snipe me out. But see, there you go. That was the asteroid rush. We joined each other in death. I got shot in the back right after. Unfortunately, was not able to overcost the 00, but and 00 activated the riser for him, which means I knew it was my time to get the fuck out of there. Try to do a melee combo. Unfortunately, my partner cut the camphor out and did what I always accidentally do to people and ruined their combos. I got a taste of my own medicine. That's just karmic justice, baby. But yeah, the super, even though the animation finished, the camphor got knocked out of the super. So it's okay. We still managed to double team them and we were able to seize the win there against both the Double O and the Kampfer. Kampfer, however we're supposed to say it. I am not familiar enough with the German language to really know what you're supposed to do with that. Ooh, this will be a fun fight against the Master Gundam, another, an even more melee-oriented suit, honestly. Like, the Sinanju is not really like a dedicated melee, it's not so much a melee suit, I find, as it is just a close-range suit, if that makes sense. That happens to have a lot of really great melee moves. But the Master Gundam, now that's a melee suit. Oh, he's trying to get the fuck away from me, that's for sure. Which, okay by my book, that just means we get to overcost him when we beat up the Hyakushiki here. Which is actually good, too. Something you want to get into the habit of, and I feel like you learn pretty quick when you're, as you fight these suits. You want to make sure when you're fighting suits that have a second wind, like the Hyakushiki, that they're not going to be the ones to die last, which, you know, usually if they're partnered with someone higher cost, that works on your favor anyways, because you want to kill the Hyakushiki first, and then we would kill, like we're going to do here, we're going to kill Master Gundam second. That means Master Gundam is going to spawn in with very little health, and then we are going to be able... Hell yeah, that was a very good super snipe on my part. And now we don't have to worry about Hyakushiki having a second wind or anything like that. We can just kill the Master Gundam here and not have to worry about a second wind at all. Naturally, this kind of goes out the window if you're fighting two different suits, or, you know, a team of two suits with second wind. Sometimes that happens, and then you're just going to have to... I find it really funny that my partner said, "I'm sorry" there. I don't know if they just felt like they didn't do enough, but, you know, you did good, partner. There's no need to say I'm sorry. We made a good team there. Good job, Shadow Gundam. But, oh, I didn't even die that game. Good shit, Rosin. As I was saying, sometimes you're going to be fighting a team with two different suits that have second wind capabilities, so you're just going to have to bite the bullet and just admit, well, they're going to die and come back, and we're going to have to clean house, and hopefully we don't fuck it up and lose the game. You'll be shocked, even though the second wind versions of suits are so underpowered and very, you know, the definition of complete, like, desperation. You'd be shocked the amount of games I've played. I've both won and lost because of second wind kicking in, and just the other team not being able to catch up, or you know, the player who's doing second wind just being very good at dodging or taking advantage of what they have. See, once again, tried to shove it to the boulder, but that Gatter-Laden, I always forget how to pronounce this. Yeah, Gatter-Laden, that's how you say that, was against the edge of the map. And really, that suit was doing a number on me this game. There we go. I really just wanted to ram someone into an asteroid. I could feel it. Sometimes I'm like that with fighting games, where I'm like, I just want to do this one cool thing. To the to the unfortunate detriment of my overall play and performance. See, even though Sinanju is kind of a close-range suit, you can see there between the Rosen Zulu assist and the bazooka twirling and the beam rifle shots and all that, I was able to snipe out the Rising there for a pretty solid end of the round. That Gatter-Laden was bullying me for quite a bit of time there, though. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Fighting against an Excelia and Master. Very, very interesting team comp because they're very, very much so opposites. The Excelia is very ranged-oriented and more of a support backup type, whereas the Master Gundam is all about going in and doing that big melee damage. Kind of bullying that Master Gundam, though, at least right now. Yeah. I just love, too, how the one bazooka shot will just successfully twirl right into the second one. Try to attack the Super Gundam there, but was able to hit him right in the back. That Excelia probably... I don't exactly know how Excelia works. I've never played Excelia yet. Just one of the suits I've never gotten around to. But if I was at Excelia, I maybe would have used that I don't know if you can. This might be something that you need to charge up. I need to look into it, but I might have tried to use that shield move that you can give your partner, which basically just causes the suit to be invulnerable for a certain number of hits earlier on, so that Master Gundam could have made a push against me, and I probably would have lost that encounter. I feel like the Master Gundam tends to win out melee engagements more in terms of having the better priority moves and all that, compared to less melee-oriented suits like the Sinanju. If that shield had gone up around the Master, there wouldn't have been very little I could have done about it. Playing a double 3K team here, which every time I see that, I kind of grin and bear it. Partner saying let's have fun though, and seems to be coming up with a game plan here. And you know, we're doing the Team Unicorn, full armor Unicorn fighting alongside the Sinanju. Never thought you'd see that, huh? That's the beauty of crossover games like MBON. And I love even in the melee combo that isn't about charging the enemy into the asteroid. He still summons the enemy. He still summons the asteroid to kick off of for the melee combo. Or like right there, I was using the special shooting to try to cover a lot of ground across the map. I had a pretty good clip there. Sinanju can cover a lot of ground in a very fast manner, which is, you know, in character for full frontal. Unfortunately died there. Gonna take the lead because I'm gonna respawn at full health. Can't overcost when you're both 3K. But I'm trying to get the enemy more to focus on me than my very low life partner. And was able to use that Hail Mary super to thankfully kill that red frame. And yeah, thank you, Benager. We do make a good team. You know, these matches are a lot better than I remember. I remember, you know, obviously this is me cherry-picking and curating my matches so that you're only seeing the ones that I felt, you know, really proud of or wanted to comment on, or however my criteria was for deciding to include in these videos or whatever. But this is definitely a suit that I remember playing in the beta and really struggling with, as I kind of alluded to. I'm kind of surprised that these matches are as pretty good, honestly, on my part, as they are. I don't know. You know, I think that maybe is a thing, too, that when you're looking through footage of yourself playing something like competitive like this, I think it's very easy to be your own toughest critic, right? I think we all kind of fall into that, those of us who kind of want to play harder games like this, that demand a little bit more from your performance, especially games that are like competitive multiplayer stuff, but even, you know, just harder, difficult games in general. It's very easy to, I think, be down about your performance or feel like you're doing worse than you maybe actually are sometimes. I actually recommend, for a lot of people, I feel like when you want to get better at games or if you have the capability to, it's kind of hard for this game because they disable sharing functionality aside from taking photos, which sucks, but that's how anime games be a lot of the time on PlayStation, unfortunately. I do recommend, though, if you have a capture card, just picking up one if you don't have it, obviously. But if you do have a capture card, just recording your matches and taking a look back at it like this. You know, I'm kind of doing this to make a fun little YouTube series out of it. Don't get me wrong, but even if you don't have any plans of uploading or doing anything like that, and oh hell yeah, perfect, good game. That was a very solid round. I do think it's very good to just look at your match footage and look at stuff. And you know what? You actually don't even need a capture card. What am I talking about? This game will save your matches actually right in the game's replay functionality, and you can go in and pin matches that you don't want to be auto deleted and take a look at them and just kind of compare your performance and see what you're doing wrong. And I think there's a lot of value at looking at footage of yourself as a player, even if it may seem a little harder. You're kind of going to be embarrassed about noticing certain things that you do, like how I always accidentally hit my partner, or hit enemies that are being comboed by my partner or whatever. But, you know, it's better that you know the truths of those things, and, you know, that's something you can learn and just make note of and realize, oh, geez, I really do that a lot, you know, more than I'm consciously thinking about when I'm playing this game. And from there, you can maybe kind of start to internalize that the next time you go in to actually play the game, and hopefully you grow from there. It's just something that I feel like has helped me, and definitely a good reason for me, you know, watching this, or doing this series or whatever. I feel like it's definitely helped me in many ways as a player, even though that this is still footage from forever ago. And I did a lot of improvement without the footage. You know, there's more than one way to improve in all these games, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, and just watching your replays is one good way to self-critique a little bit. Another perfect, goddamn. Some very good matches. I actually recently just ordered the Master Grade animation version of the Sinanju. I was having a tough time deciding between that and the real grade, which I know the real grade is fragile, but I'm at a point where I'm comfortable enough with doing model kit repair type stuff to you know, fix anything that would have been too fragile or loose or whatever. And all of the gold on that kit, that's the only version of the Sinanju where all the gold are actual like pieces and not like stickers or decals. But I decided to go with the Master Grade version just because it seems to be the definitive version of the Sinanju in many people's eyes to this day. And even though all the gold parts are, I'm probably just going to use the stickers for, I don't feel like water sliding all of them. You know, it seemed like a very cool version of the kit, and it was also the only one that came with the bazooka, which I really loved the Sinanju's bazooka. Normally the bazooka is one of my like more like least favorite type weapons for any of the mobile suits in Gundam, but I don't know, the Sinanju's weird like telescoping bazooka thing is I've always found very sick as hell. So gonna fight this Char imposter here. Fortunately gonna go in for the extend burst. That was a very good use of extend burst on that Zaku Amazing's part. They did a good job with that. Gonna become the amazing booster, second wind. Fortunately pierced him out with the Angelo assist. And we're gonna have them surrounded here. Yeah, not much they could do about that. Tried to fly away, but you're gonna get bazookaed. Kinda tricky to come back from a situation like that. Partner probably could have went in a little bit more and helped out a little bit, but they held back and allowed us to kind of gang up on that Zaku Amazing, and they just couldn't get away, so. You're not Char, I'm Char. Alright, looks like we got one more match here. I gotta say, you know, just going back to talking about how these footage, you know, these recorded matches are going a little bit smoother than I remember them being. I definitely feel like even if you watch the early episodes of the series and track all the way to here, you can definitely see that my play has gotten a lot better in several areas. I'm really excited to get all the way to like episode 8, like the last episode I recorded footage for, spoiler alert, was episode 88. I can't wait to start to get into like the 50s and 60s and all the way up to like now, and really see what my play looks like now compared to then. You know, I have a fairly rough idea, you know, but I feel like tracking my progress has actually honestly been a very enjoyable part of doing this series for me. It's like all the little lessons you learn over so many hours of play. I tried to do a funky little cancel route there because I had burst to take advantage of, but that did not work out. And that was really goofy, and if that Barbados Lupus got out of block, definitely could have punished me there and probably killed me, but they were playing a little conservative and decided to just block out of safety. And yeah, I deserved that. That was really bad trade on my part. I just got outplayed there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's okay. I managed to still take the round. And that was all thanks to my partner. But yeah, that was a very good game. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time with another fun-filled Mobile Suit adventure. See ya!